nice to see you again. How have you been?
Good. How about yourself?
I'm great, thank you. Before we dive deeper into our main questions, how long have you been and why do you choose to continue doing so?
I've now been coaching for 9 years, and it's a passion. I love being with the kids that come. I love to see them get excited when they are, figuring out a mission, or they get something in their research that they've been really struggling with, or they couldn't find the information. They finally, get it, and they're excited. It makes me happy and excited that they're achieving their goals.
That's great. Um, could you just explain what First Lego League is, just to give some context and how it works?
Sure. So First Lego League is it's all of our kids from fourth through eighth grade. I do it by grade, so I think it's like 9 to 14. We have a board where the missions are set up. There they have to code the robot to perform a mission on the field, whether it's lift something up, push something, bring something back to home base. That's the one part of it. Another part of it is they have to create a research project based on the problem, or the theme, I should say, of the year. Like example, this year it's ocean exploration. So all of their research has to be to do something with ocean exploration. And then the final, and in my opinion, the big part, is core values, where we teach the kids about cooperating, teamwork, compromise, just basically getting them ready to go out in the world and work in any field, really, because you want them to be able to do all of those things and so much more.
That's great. How do you think FLL can continue to innovate and inspire the future generations, like the next in line for STEM?
Okay, so great question. I think that they continue to get the kids excited because they're always choosing topics that kids love to begin with. Who doesn't love ocean? Ocean exploration, or, one year was all about water. They do challenge them, and it makes them think outside of the box. But again, I'll go back to those core values that we really instill in our teams, is to basically, being able to work together, compromise. It's teaching them how to work in any field and really explore different jobs that they might not have known before coming in and working inside of an FLL team.
No, yeah, I feel like having the core values there and teaching the kids, that really prepares them for the future. How do you think FLL encourages teamwork and collaboration among participants?
So in my opinion, that's the biggest thing that we do. And aside from coding missions, aside from research skills, we're teaching these kids that there's 10 of you on a team, and everyone needs to be heard. Everyone's ideas should be shared and respected. You might not have to agree with them, but you have to be able to find a compromise, or as I tell them, build upon it. If you the idea, you say it's okay, well, make it better. How can you improve upon what your teammate just said? And that's the real world. That's what we do, in as a teacher, as doctors, lawyers, judges. We all have to be able to cooperate and compromise, and for goodness sakes, communicate. Not just having something in front of you like your phone or an iPad or a computer and go back and forth. That you actually have to physically talk to people. So that's huge. And also public speaking. Public speaking is big because they have to present their projects in front of community members. They have to present their projects in front of their peers and in front of the judges. So that's something that, again, you do in your everyday career.
Yeah, and on the topic of core values, the second part of this question is, how does it allow kids to become real innovators?
So I'll answer that as the way I coach my kids. I want all of my kids to be innovators. I want them to think outside of that box. I want them to push the envelope. They're not comfortable with something. Nope, go do it. Try it. But what if I make a mistake? Great. I hope you do, because you'll learn from it. And again, that's everyday life. What I didn't know when I first started 9 years ago was how much of an impact First Lego can have on a person. Just thinking about some of the kids that I've had and where they went off to, who's become an engineer or who's become an architect. And it's, they were with me in First Lego League as a fifth grader. It's very exciting. It's the teamwork, it's the collaboration. it's getting them to be uncomfortable and be okay with being uncomfortable.
So it's really great that those skills are taught to them and they can apply that in their future careers and future collaborations. Would you say robotics is only for tech savvy kids?
Absolutely not. I have kids that walk in my room and they're like, Mrs. P, I've never coded a stitch. I'm like, okay, great. We'll learn together. We'll learn as a team. We'll learn as a group. We'll learn as, as an individual. My kids come in and they have the idea that everyone's going to code and everyone's going to do this. And I say to them, this year you might not be the main coder, but you're going to learn how to code and you're going to understand coding. And I have kids that are like, I don't want to go near coding. I want to work on the research aspect because, I want to do this when I grow up. And they become really good at that area and they become our little experts in that group. Or I have groups that love the whole community service part and the community outreach. And they love to challenge themselves to be like, can I find somebody in this field to share our project with? It's to me, it's so important that it's not all about the coding. It's about every single piece of the puzzle with FLL.
So I'm hearing you copy these values of like how failure is a key factor in success and how everyone has to accept each other's weaknesses to work together as a team. And then, like, could you expand a little bit more upon these values?
On the core values?
Yes.
Sure. So the core values is our foundation. It's what FLL is based on. So just an example, teamwork, huge. They call it cooperation. Yes, they've actually coined it. It's a real word. But it's basically everyone's voices are heard. Inclusion, everybody's included. Their big one is fun. They want to make sure that even though you're working super hard, that you have fun. So those are just some of the core values that we focus on inside of our little team. I take it a step further with my kids and I make sure that they have good eye contact. I make sure that they can shake hands because kids don't do that. They're not usually taught that because a lot of adults are like, well, why would they need that? Well, start them young so they understand it later. And I know First Lego Week loves when my teams walk in and they're like looking me straight in the face and like, hi, I'm team 1-5, blah, blah, blah. Nice to meet you. Because it's showing that they're confident and it's just building their confidence.
No, yeah, that's great. And I also feel like as part of the high school robotics teams, having those skills are something that I use every day. And I really hope that if some of them ever choose to join the POBots, I think those skills will really, really help them out.
Oh, I have 5 8th graders leaving me this year and they're already talking about ready to come up and join the POBots.
Yeah. So that's so exciting. I'm so
ready
excited
to have them too.
But not yet, they're still mine.
They'll definitely dominate. Yeah, thank you so much for your time. That was great.
Absolutely, my pleasure. Thank you for having me.
Have a great night.
Good luck at your competitions.
Yes.
Oh, thank you so much. Good luck for you as well. Thank you.